Hey guys, welcome back. It's Riot. We're in Spartan School, episode 4. We're going on board with Making It Awkward. He sent me this video. It was the Microsoft FFA Regionals tournament for him. He said that the Microsoft store were running on Wi-Fi, so it was a little laggy in this film, so keep that in mind. He also said that they didn't even have the right settings. So that's unfortunate that Microsoft store wasn't using their own product that they created. The Halo 5 Microsoft LAN program, and that they didn't use the official HCS settings, but we'll watch it. Oh wow. So he ends up getting the kill right here. What we're going to want to see from Making It Awkward is we're going to want to make sure that he is making it awkward. I like this play, how he's very patient. Wow, a little laggy. But he wants to make sure that he is holding top of the base, not shooting across map like that. Very good. Glad that he didn't do that. Not to give out his position. Really good. Getting P2. This is what I like to see. This is, I've said it in the previous episode with Killer Dad. You want to make sure that you're holding P2. Killer Dad did this as well, is that he held top mid a lot. So he put himself in a very poor position. He was on top middle, and then he dropped. No one was shooting him. No one was pressuring him. He could have just waited for his shields to get back up. But it's the fact that he was top middle in general that kind of put him in that bad situation with camo. He probably should have been on P2 or going car 1 for the plasma pistol. I think that still spawns on car 1. Or it might be even top middle, depending on what these settings are. But ends up a little laggy. Unfortunate. So off these spawns, I'm watching specifically on how they react. If they're sprinting, or if they're like being patient, not getting seen. So I really like his patience right here. He's not sprinting off spawn. He's playing it very smart. But oh wow, nice good 3-shot beat down. Hit the reversal. I'm gonna want to see this guy. Making It Awkward needs to know that camo's coming up right now on bottom P1, and he needs to get on P2. So this is actually really good positioning from him. Sad day that guy ended up killing him. I think he's going to lose the camo off of this. So a couple unfortunate positional plays for him, and that's why he's actually died in some of these scenarios. It's because he dropped bottom middle, and he's not getting on height advantage fast enough. It's not the first thing that he's prioritizing. Doesn't also help with the lag. So that's just depressing, man. I'd be so frustrated playing on this. Unfortunate. And that's why, like, I hate reviewing this kind of gameplay where it's like it's not even like fair. But it's alright. We'll look at specifically positioning, because some of these kills he might have actually had because of this lag. He was unable to get them. So right here, he needs to make sure, like, he was getting caught between 2 people, and he's getting stuck in bad positions in the open, like with no shield. He can avoid these positions that he's putting himself in by just getting on P2. Getting on P2, staying on there, or staying on the bases and shooting across map. Those are probably the more better positions for him to be in. He knows one's below him. Gonna play patient. Unfortunate. So off these spawns, he's literally just getting up to the attics. Or not the attics, the bases. And he's just trading kills. He needs to be getting on top positions a lot more. Bases won't help you out as much in this, in truth, as camos on, you know, top carbines and camos on top pink. So, and a little bit of a rusty shot, but that may be due to the lag. So he's lost 2 camos ever since he got the first one, and he had the first time for it. He needs to prioritize those and not drop for kills as well. But He ends up getting another kill. There's another one to his left. That's no shield. I think he's still bottom red, to be honest. Yeah, I think he was bottom red and he just jumped up. He's actually doing a really good job. By looking bottom red, he is blocking the spawn and having that guy spawn on top red. So, this is actually a really good play. He's done this like twice now. Unfortunate lag. So, he had a lot of success there on the street. Spawn killing him on P2 or on red 2. So it was really good. I really like that strategy. I'm gonna start using that strategy a little bit more myself. The only issue with that strategy is that if someone had pushed up the P2 from the blue street, then he would have gotten sandwiched between the two, but it still ended up working for him for almost like 2 or 3 kills almost. Ends up getting a really nice perfect, but then he got caught out. Think about it. He was on bottom car when he chose to fight that. He needs to start putting himself in these positions where he's getting P2 and top carbine, or top middle, like Killer Dad was. That I mean, the previous episode that we watched, that's what we've seen more success in. Oh wow, really good perfect there. Staying alive. He knows another one spawned behind him. So this is actually a really good position that he's in. Now he's seeing success because he's on top of the map. Look at that. He's actually seeing success and getting kills. He's only down 7. Off of that carbine play, he got 4 kills, man. So that's where he's seeing a lot more success, is when he's on top of the maps and staying off of the bases too. Right here, it doesn't look like he knows where he wants to go. And that may be because he's playing against other people next to him and they're talking trash, or he's talking trash. But you need to make sure that you're still focused on. Unfortunately, I hate when that happens when they just trade. But he needs to make sure that he's staying on top of the maps. I still like this play that he's getting on carbine. He probably should have gone on car 2, not car 1. He dropped down to car 1 just because those 2 guys were fighting below him. But look, he's staying on carbine side a lot more and not really getting on top carbine. He's staying on the edges of carbine, so I'd like to see him try and hold P2 a little bit more. I see more success on P2 than I do on car, and he has to also stay off the bottom. He's put himself in some iffy situations which aren't helping him out when he's on the bottom of the map. Like look, he's even fighting from the bottom map right here, which could get him caught out, but he just needs to get it on top. I like this play. Let's see what he does off spawn. I like this. Even though he's down, he's not sprinting off spawn immediately. That shows that he's still remaining calm, which is good. He's not getting getting hectic. So that's one thing that this player is doing very well, is being disciplined on the aspect of he's not trying to force things to happen. Unfortunately, lag. He probably could have just, instead of jumping, stayed on the ground. That's another thing that this player consistently does, is in battles, he does the same thing I do. He's in the habit of, he just jumps when he's in fights, even if he doesn't have to jump. And when you jump, it puts you in the bad position where you start getting shot. Let's go there. And also with jumping, the issue is like you can't move around when you're jumping unless you have a thrust. So when you jump, you're like literally falling down. It's easier to shoot than if you were strafing on the sides, left and right. He got sandwiched because one spawned behind him. He's not seeing success on this carbine anymore. Try and switch it up mid-game. He needs to get off of carbine. Try getting on pink. That's the only place he really hasn't held. or top middle. Even top middle, try and do that. The thing is that in these situations when you're in a tournament, it's just like a competitive sport, you know, like Conor McGregor fighting Floyd Mayweather. One of the things that Conor said was that Floyd adjusted 3 different times in the fight to beat Conor. He said that's what a true professional does, and that's what we need to see out of this player, is we need to see him adjust and stop fighting on the bottom of the map, because it's not working out for him in the long run. He's getting like 1 or 2 kills and he's getting spurts, but he's not staying alive consistently and destroying. Down 9 kills in 1:30. This is going to be hard for him to do. He needs to pop off, go off completely, and start shitting on these players. Envy's playing it really well. Unfortunately, also lag. I do have to say this probably would be a little bit different if there wasn't lag. But all the players have to deal with it, so. Again, pushing on the carbine. To be honest, I think he should stay off bubbles. When I push on carbine, I push on the slides and on top carbine. I honestly tried to stay off the bubbles. Here we go. Let's see if he gets some success on P2. Fighting off the bottom of the map, and he's going to end up just trading kills. He does not need that right now, and that's one of the things when you're versing top players. The reason for Spartan School is to prepare you guys to play against some of the best players in the world. So when you're playing against the competition that you're playing against, you know, you want to make sure that you're doing the right positional plays to make sure you're becoming a better player. So ultimately, unfortunate that it was laggy. A couple individual battles lost, and that does suck. But we're going to go over what he did good and what he needs to work on. So the great part about having games like this is that you have so much room for improvement that it's only going to be more successful for you. Like, you're only going to get better, and that's with putting in time. I think that with his sensitivity, I honestly don't want to touch on that too much just because it was laggy. I truly can't see what his actual aiming is like. To me, I felt like it was a little bit too fast, but that may just be the lag. But mainly what this player needs to work on is that he needs to work on getting on top of the maps, holding top carbine, specifically on the top carbine, not the bubbles, not like the bottom carbines. Stop fighting on bottom like car 1, bottom middle, bottom P1, bottom of the bases. Get on top of the map a lot more. It's easier to shoot down than it is to shoot up. And even if you guys are on the same playing field and fighting on the same level, think about it. When you're shooting, someone else is listening and trying to pick you off. It's easier to kill you when you're on the bottom of the map. It's easier to nade, it's easier to shoot, everything like that. So that's one thing that he can work on. I'd like to see this player do what he was doing best, was when he was spawn killing the guy on red 2 consistently. You could do that right on P2. Just look out the red street. The guy's going to come up from red 1 to red street, and then also from blue street, and you can rotate it. What this player does do well is that when he does catch momentum, he's a very momentive player. So when he does get like 1 or 2 kills, then he starts popping off a little bit. And we've seen those spurts on that red street, on the top carbine. He's seen success off of that. One final thing that he needs to work on is making sure he had the first camo. If he had the first camo, he should have had every single camo after that. If you're in a tournament, you got to do everything that you can to try and win. I didn't see him pick up one power weapon, which could have helped him out if he had a plasma pistol, if it was on the map. I don't even know. I didn't even see anyone else use it. So those are the advice that I have for you. Hopefully what we can do is have you take the advice that I've given, play another game, and then we can go over a new series where we see if you've learned from your mistakes and see if you get better from that. So that's all I have here for today. Making It Awkward did a very good job. He got third at his Microsoft store. It's still very impressive. Good job, man. Definitely check out our future episodes. If you guys want to be featured, please contact me at RiotShockTTV at Twitter. You could also contact me on Xbox Live RiotShock, as well as you can contact me just in my chat, twitch.tv/RiotShock. All right, you guys have a nice day.